on top of it. And this move comes just months after Robin over in Gotham City came out as gay as well. Not a huge shock there, admittedly. The DC universe also features a lesbian Batwoman and various other members of the LGBT community who have been shoehorned into various comic storylines. Pretty soon, the Justice League will be the Alphabet League, I guess. And of course, the superheroes of this new generation, they don't just show off their woke credentials through their homosexual encounters. They also are focused on fighting a different kind of villain. So here's Tom Taylor, the guy who came up with Gay Superman, on CNN talking about the sorts of issues that Superman will be involved in now. Listen.
And it struck me as it would be a real opportunity lost if we had Clark Kent replaced by another straight white savior. So here was an opportunity to create a Superman who could represent a whole new group of people. And I think that was one that we had to leap on.
And we'll be addressing modern day issues like
the climate crisis, like refugees. John in the last issue has just been arrested attending a protest trying to stop the refoulement of asylum seekers. He does 45 minutes of hard time is how he puts it. But as a stand, it's a very powerful thing. And yes, so this is one of the things for him. He is trying to work out who he is as Superman, who he is as John Kent. And so us as the writer and everybody at DC Comics is watching him go through this process of finding himself and seeing that on the page.
Okay, so this is a gay environmentalist Superman. I think the creators of Captain Planet should really sue for plagiarism, if you ask me. And I do wonder...
Man, what type of weird shit is this? Like, the craziest thing about it, like, this man fighting for climate change, this man out there fighting for the freedom of refugees. Like, bro, first of all, what does that sound like? That sounds like the current situation of what's going on right now, of them pushing climate change, of them talking about climate change, of them talking about refugees and all of that other stuff, right? And protests, bro. Like, seriously, you know what I'm saying? Like so at the end of the day, it's a reference of today's current society. You know what I'm saying? And so they want to push this whole thing of this guy's coming out as bisexual. Who cares? That could be in the storyline, but that shouldn't be the center of it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that they feel as though this is so empowering for other people, but it has already happened before. It's not nothing new. What it is people piggybacking off of a situation that is real situations that's going on in today's society and trying to make some type of profit up off of it. And that's kind of what it's coming off as. And that's just my opinion. That's not facts. That's just my opinion. That's what we're seeing it as. And like I said, people are not to the point where everybody's like, oh, you're transphobia, you're homophobic, you're this, you're that. There's a lot of people in this world that just genuinely just don't care, including myself, who really just don't care. It's not that people want to come after people because of who they choose to like or whatever it is. I never go up to anybody and say, as a heterosexual or as a male who likes females, and be like, you know what? I like women. That don't matter. It really doesn't. I never go up and make that announcement to anybody. I don't care what you do, who you love, you know what I'm saying, as long as you're not a pedophile. That's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? But I think that at the end of the day, there's a different way of going about it. I feel like the center focus is being brought on things that are not important. You know what I'm saying? And that shouldn't be part of the center focus. But like I said, that's only coming from my perspective, and the other people who may feel likewise as me. You know what I'm saying? But this is just one of those things where it's like, at the end of the day, I don't feel as though there's good intentions behind the people who are pushing this besides the bottom line. That's it. You know, if you're really going to make changes in this world, there's more things to be focused on, more important things to be focused on besides a person's sexuality. Because at that point in time, it seems as though you are not focusing on the person, but you are focusing on the things that you feel makes them human. You know what I'm saying? So to sit there and say, like for the longest time, people always would want to say, oh, hey, you're not just Ty. You're not Ty. You're a black guy Ty. And it's like, I don't ever want to be sit here and be labeled by my color. I want you to see me for being a human and the things that I bring to the table. Not what it is that I do in my private life, not what my color is. None of that stuff is important. I want you to see me for who I am as a person. But they can't do that because everybody got to be put into groups. Everybody got to be brought into a community. Everybody has to be, separated and put into these categories. They don't see you for who you are. They see you for what it is that you do in a sense of in your personal life. Oh, you like women? Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't matter because a lot of people like women. Well, how about, do you like guys? You're a guy and you like guys? Okay, we're gonna make that who you are as a person. We want to make that to be the center of who you are as a person. You know what I'm saying? Not that you paint, not that you're an artist, not that you know how to speak a different language, not none of that stuff, not that you help out your community, not those things. They want to focus on the very shallow things. They want to focus on the things that really don't make you who you are as a person. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing about it. It's like all of that stuff, nothing. There's nothing there. That's just my opinion. But like I said, this was going to be a deep podcast where we was going to really tap into all of the conversations and just my opinions on what it is that I'm seeing and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I'm not always right about everything. But for the most part, I'm able to pick up on a lot of things that's going on. And it's funny to me that I put out a post talking about how as black people, I feel as though we need to stop waiting around for other people to accomplish things just for us to be able to imagine it and to be able to envision that it's possible. Because for the longest time, it was like, okay, we need to see it to believe it. I think that we need to get to that point where we don't have to see people accomplish things, because in our imagination, in our mind, and with our heart and our belief, we're going to make it happen. We're going to become the visionaries. You know what I'm saying? We're going to become the people that are like an artist. Like you look at people like Kanye West. For the longest time, people always hate on Kanye West, and I know people have their own perception on him. But as an artist, to sit there and say that man goes into his mind, his imagination, the gift that God gave him, and he takes a thought and he turns it into a reality. That's what we need to do, all of us as people, not just black people, all of us as people. Stop waiting around to see something in order for you to believe that it's happening and get out here and make it happen. So that's where I'm going to leave this podcast at. You know what I'm saying? I know this was a real rough one. It was real rigid, you know what I'm saying? And I know that a lot of people are probably going to be turned off to it, and some people may not even listen to it. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? This is your boy Ty. And I'm going to continue doing this podcast, whether I get 1 like, 2 likes, no likes, whatever the situation may be, because at the end of the day, the people who contribute to the podcast and the people who support what it is that I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? They're a part of the success of the podcast. But it's not going to stop, because at the end of the day, I choose to do what it is that I do. I don't do it based off of likes. I don't do it based off of support. I don't do it based off of none of that stuff. I do it based off of what started this podcast. A belief that I had something important that I brought to the world, that I bring to the world, that I talk about, that other people may not be able to openly speak on. I have that ability to be able to do that. And so whether I get the support or not, or whether I get the recognition or whatever comes along with it, I don't care. I'm going to continue doing what it is that I do, because at the end of the day, I believe in myself, and I like doing something because I feel like I'm bringing good to this world. So like I said, this your boy Ty. It's my podcast, and I'm signing out. Peace.